I want us to touch a little bit on your previous marriage, you know. What was it like losing your husband, you know, so abruptly? And then also beyond that, finding out the way that you lost him and, you know, those two conflicting feelings. I just lost my husband, but I'm also angry because I found out what was happening.
It was extremely sad and extremely difficult. And, you know, in my story, losing him, I didn't only deal with the loss. You know, as I was shocked by the loss, I had to discover the betrayal. You know, I had so many unanswered questions and mixed emotions. You know, I want to mourn him, I want to cry for him, but at the same time I want to ask him questions, I want to wake him up, you know, like, dude, what happened? I thought we were happy, I thought we were okay, you know, we were just fine. And I didn't think in my wildest nightmare, he just left the house, probably picked up another woman and left with another woman, and the worst happened. I think the reason why a lot of women, especially, they relate to my story because they know this is what's happening in their homes right now as we speak, as they're watching this interview. You are sometimes in an abusive relationship unaware. I don't know, maybe because we are toxic or we are so immune to being abused. You feel it's okay. And I think that was that with me. Like, it was like I didn't see anything wrong. Instead, I was even defending him. You know, I was protecting him because the society it has taught us to build your home, to protect your home. You know, and I did exactly that. You know, there were a lot of red flags, but I chose to ignore the red flags. But I tried to an extent, wanting to divorce. You know, it's not easy. It's very easy for someone to sit there and judge. Why right now? There's a lot of women who are even in mental institutions because of things that are happening. It's not easy. And you just pick up and leave. It's not easy. It's a process. It's a very lengthy process to get out of it.
Would you say that it's even more difficult to leave when there are children involved?
Yeah, it is.
Yeah, because you're thinking about the type of environment you want them to grow up in. But why do you think sometimes moms are more reluctant to leave, you know, those situations where there are children involved? Whereas if they did leave, they could probably, you know, give their children a better life without, you know, all the fights and the abuse and the things that they have to witness in a dysfunctional home.
Yeah. A lot of women are staying because of fearing the unknown. Yeah.
Is that part of the reason why you also stayed?
I don't think so. I tried to leave. I think everything happened because it was meant to be like that. You know, I had to be there up until the end, up until I buried him, you know, up until I honored my vows, up until the last day he disappointed me.